There once was a time when I just didn't know what to do. Then I found a place, my friends, called Camp Cariboo. Now I do the Cariboo Boogie, the Camp Cariboo Boogie, the Boo Boo Boogie, the Camp Cariboo Boogie. When you want to find me, you know where I'll be. Let's do the Cariboo Boogie, the Camp Cariboo Boogie, the Boo Boo Boogie, the Camp Cariboo Boogie. You can move if you want to Camp Cariboo with me. Camp Cariboo.
I have a very bizarre game for you today, and to play it I need 3 volunteers, please. What, no one interested? Okay, 1, please come up here, and 2, come up here and face that way and stand side by each. Yes, 3, come up here and face that way. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is I have 3 stamps here. I'm going to ask you to lick that. I'll put it on for you. Just lick that. And I'm going to attach it to your nose. Lick that, please. And on the nose. And lick that, please. And on the, oh, a little more licky. Yeah, sure. And on the nose. Now, on the count of 3, get a little closer together here. On the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to try to blow that stamp off your nose. Are you ready? On the count of 3. 3.
Caribou Challenge.
A tongue twister.
Shoveling soft snow. Shoveling soft snow slowly. Shoveling soft snow slowly. Shoveling soft snow slowly. Shoveling soft snow. No. Slowly. Shoveling soft snow slowly. Loving. Shoveling soft snow slowly. Shoveling soft snow slowly. Shoveling slowly.
Now it's time for Woodsy Wisdom with Uncle Wes.
Hi, Uncle Wesley here. Let's talk woodsy weather wisdom. Now, there are all kinds of ways of reading the skies and making predictions. For example, your scientists, now they have all kinds of fancy instruments like your barometer and your hygrometer, and of course there's your thermometer, and they use those and to make their predictions, and they still come out pretty good. But the wise woods person must have ways of their own for reading the skies and making their way through the woods. So here are some things to consider. This one is probably your best. Or something like this. Red sky at night, sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailor take warning. Now what that means is that if you have a nice red sunset at night, it usually means you're going to have nice clear skies for the next day. But if you have a red sky in the morning, well, that's kind of strange, and you might have clouds and even rain. So remember that one. Of course, I've noticed over the years that the weather has a lot to do with the clothes I'm wearing. In fact, I can instinctively predict what the weather will be by looking at my own duds. So, if maybe one day I wear a raincoat, I find it rains. And on another day, if I wear my swimming trunks, sure enough, it's hot and sunny. So you can try out this technique for yourself, you see. What you have to do is to think about the things you're wearing. Now, you might want to remember this to help yourself. Go something like this. If your shirt is red plaid, the weather will make you glad. No, that's not right. I wore this red plaid shirt yesterday, and it was raining cats and dogs. I know, because I stepped in a poodle. Thank you, Lorna. And, no, it must go like this. Plaid shirt that's red, you'll get rain in your head. No, that's not right. Now, let's see now. Oh, I know what it is. Red plaid shirt, a little brown vest. That's the weather that I like best. That's not right either, actually. I know. Wait. Red plaid shirt, vest that's brown. If the rain keeps up, it won't come down. Now, that's the one you should remember. I like that one a lot. So remember now, keep those tips in mind, and you'll know how to read the weather. Well, bye for now. Where's that? Blue suede shoes. Weather's bad here, so that's not it either. It's tough. I know it's not raining in here yet, but our friend Margot Mather from the Ontario Science Centre is here, and she told me that she's going to make it rain in here today. Is that true, Margot?
I'm going to try. I don't think you need your umbrella right now. You can put it away for now.
It won't fall on my head,
I
this
don't
rain?
think so. I don't think so.
All right. I trust you. What happens?
Well, I have a boiling kettle full of water. What you see is the water hitting the cooler air and turning back. You see the steam hitting the cooler air and turning back into water.
So tiny little things of water.
That's right.
No problem. Okay.
Now, to make rain, and this is the way rain is made in nature as well, only we don't have a kettle, we have the sun. And the sun
kettle?
heats the water
Okay.
in the lakes and rivers and oceans. And the water evaporates. And when it gets up into the cooler air,
Right.
the evaporated water condenses and turns back into water droplets.
And it's heavy, so it drops.
That's right.
Right.
Because cold air can't take as much water as hot air. So, I've made the spoon here very cold by keeping it in the freezer for a while. I'm just going to wipe off all the moisture. And I'm going to hold it right over the water vapor. Now, I want you to look closely at the underside of the spoon. Okay? Now, can you see anything? Look underneath the spoon.
It looks fogged up.
Okay, that's our first step.
Okay.
Maybe the spoon isn't cold enough. Maybe we should put a bit of ice on top of the spoon.
Okay.
Remember, this is not the same water on top of the spoon as is making our rain underneath the spoon. That should make the spoon even colder to simulate the atmosphere where it's very
See
cold.
any rain yet?
No.
I see little droppies.
Well, that's the second step.
They are getting bigger.
They are getting bigger, yeah. This actually, the water vapor is the same sort of thing as a cloud in the sky.
Yeah?
Yeah. Same idea exactly. Oh, now the water droplets. Wait a minute, can you see?
They're ready to jump off that spoon.
Oh, I think we're just about to have our first raindrop indoors.
In the Camp Cariboo Rec Hall. Here it comes. Oh, beautiful.
There it goes. It's starting to rain.
It's raining in here.
It's not a major storm, but
No, I wouldn't call that a bigger storm. That's great. So we're creating raindrops for a cold spoon.
and
Well,
that's
that's
what
great.
happens out of doors, only on a much larger scale.
Well, thanks, Margot. Now we know how to make rain indoors.
I've got a head like a ping pong ball. I've got a head like a ping pong ball. Sing like a ping pong ball.
Camping with the Keeners.
Hi. We're preparing to go on our road trip. And the first thing we have to do is we have to pack our clothes. No. The first thing we have to do is the Cariboo Credo. We'll follow the path where the caribou walk. Our caribou headgear is off, on, lock. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, what's first? Well, I know. No, first there's a couple of things you have to remember. What? First, you have to remember always to travel light, because if you take everything you own, you won't be able to carry it. But we have to be prepared for all the weather, okay? For example, when it's hot and sunny, we like to wear our big, cool, comfortable caribou shorts, because they keep us cool. Yes. We also have our caribou headgear with us, because it covers our head, so when we're out paddling, we don't get sunstroke from it, the sun burning on our head. Nice. What else? I don't know. I'm going to take some stuff. I like to take this cool, comfortable shirt for sun. Well, if you're taking that, I'm going to take this. I always like to take my shades. That's silly. Okay, now, That's heat, but we gotta worry about, cold. Okay. I'm gonna take some of these. Long pants, because they keep you warm at night when the sun goes down. Get in it.
And I'm going to take my scarf and some big mitts, because on those cool nights, you really want to have the old mitts warm.
And when it gets really cold at night, especially when you're trying to sleep, I like taking a hat because it covers my head, keeps me warm. I can sleep well. You can pull it right down over your head and just sleep away. It's really good.
But for real warmth, there's nothing like the old parka to keep you warm.
I think we're warm enough.
Yeah.
Now, what other kind of weather can we worry about? Rain! It's not gonna rain.
No, it might.
No way.
It might.
Okay, then
What have we got?
I got a raincoat and one of these fancy rain hats.
Perfect.
Okay,
And,
I'll pack them.
I always like to have my umbrella for when it rains.
That's amazing. Okay, now we've got heat, we've got it when it's cold, and we've got its rain. I say we're ready for any kind of weather.
Except
No. We're ready. Let's go. Okay. Get the pack on. You got your headgear on.
You ready?
Okay.
on three.
One, three.
What are you doing?
That's not the
I
way
don't
it's supposed to
understand.
work. Five. Okay, get it
What are
on
you
here.
doing here?
I don't know.
Are you going to wear them?
I think I am.
You wear.
Okay, here we go.
Good.
No, wait a minute. I was going to wear it.
Put it on.
Put it on.
Oh, this is messy
You
now.
take the snowshoes.
Here.
I don't know why we need snowshoes anyway. We're going on a canoe trip.
No problem.
No problem? That's pretty funny. Okay, I gotta get my raincoat. This is great.
Wait, the umbrella.
What are we in
I'll
the
carry
rally
it.
for?
Let's go. I got a head like a ping pong ball.
I got a head like a ping pong ball. I got a head like a ping pong ball. Ping like a ping pong ball.
Shoveling soft snow slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly, shoveling soft snow slowly.
This is the teensy-weentiest snowflake in the world. Imagine this teensy-weensy snowflake sitting high atop Cariboo Mountain. And one day the wind came along and blew it over and it went. And it gained some momentum and the wind came up again and it blew again. And it kept blowing over. And you can imagine that when this snowflake rolled down the hill, it got very deep and very wide. And so Mark and I started to sing this song. It goes, deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. Bum, 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 deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. Right, deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. And then we put our fingers in the air. Let's see your fingers in the air and we sing, bum, ba bum, 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 bum. Let's try that. You ready? Bum, ba bum, 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 bum. And then we sing it again. Deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. Let's see your snowballs. And rolling. And deep and wide. All right, let's try the whole song, shall we? Deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. You ready? Sing. Deep and wide. Good. Deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. Bum, 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 deep and wide. Oh, deep and wide, there's a snowball rolling deep and wide. Let's do this. Let's take away one of the words. We'll take away deep, but we'll still do the action. So it'll look like, help me on this, it'll look like, and wide, there's a snowball rolling and wide. Okay, so don't sing deep if you can, but we'll do the action. Are you ready? Sing it. And wide, aha. And wide, there's a snowball rolling. Wide, bum, 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 bum. And wide, there's a snowball rolling. And wide, very good. Let's try taking away deep and wide. Okay, so it'll be. There's a snowball rolling. Right? Deep and wide. Here we go. You ready? Sing it. There's a snowball rolling. Bum, 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 bum. Let's try taking everything away except rolling. So it's rolling. And of course we do bump, and that's right, we do bump, always, all right? Are you ready? Sing. Sounds good. We're rolling. Bump, 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 bump. Rolling. Okay, the whole song now. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, that sounded great.
Good singing.
Now remember this. Big yellow boots, weathered badge, scoot. Big blue sky, rain is nigh. That means it's not going to be around.
What musical instrument is made up of over 200 strings and 88 hammers? The answer, a piano. This is a piano. This is my piano teacher here, Joanne Bender. Hi, Joanne.
Hi, Mark.
Joanne has been teaching me some things over the last little while on the piano. But where did you learn?
Well, I learned from a teacher when I was 7. And I just kept on taking lessons for almost the rest of my life, and now I'm giving lessons.
That's fantastic. Now, where have you played piano? What kind of uses?
Oh, I've given solo performances. I've played in churches. I've played at summer camp for kids to sing.
Yeah.
And I've played with my father when he used to play square dance music on the violin.
So you play he'd play the melody on the violin.
And I'd play accompaniment for him.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me just try this tune that you've been teaching me. I think I have it now.
Good, Mark.
But I know that that's not all we can do. I know the piano is more than just one finger.
That's right.
So what else can we do with that song?
Well, we could play it as a duet.
We play together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a seat and let's try it.
Okay.
So I'll just play the same thing I played.
Okay.
And what will you be doing?
I'll be chording down here in the bass.
Chording. So that's like playing bass notes like a bass guitar or a string bass or something.
Right.
And playing chords like a guitar or a banjo.
Yeah. Filling in the harmony.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
I know that when you play "Oh, When the Saints" on the piano, it doesn't sound quite like that. But you,
Probably not as good.
You do something up here with your right hand, different from one finger. What kind of things would you be doing?
Well, I'd probably play chords along with the melody note, all in the right hand. So. Okay? Something like that.
Well, why don't you, and then with the left hand, you'd still be chording.
Sure.
Same kind of thing. Okay, well, why don't you take it away and play "Oh, When the Saints" with 2 hands.
All right.
One more time.
I just heard the weather report for Mexico City. Mexico? What was it? Report is chilly today, hot tamale.
Have you ever felt like you had to do a million different things all at the same time? In this game, Color Twister, one person calls out a command like, let's say, put your right hand on something yellow. Then everyone has to put their right hand on something yellow. And then the person might say, put your left foot on something green. Well, then everyone has to keep their hand where it is and also move their foot to something green. And while everyone's getting all more and more twisted up, they have to try not to fall down. I'll call out some commands and let's see how this group does playing Color Twister. All right, here we go. Put your right hand on something white. Okay, you got that? Now, left foot, blue. Got it. Try to hold it. Left hand, pink. Okay, now, head, black. And now your right foot to yellow.
Attention campers, mail call in the camp office.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks, Uncle Wesley, for those weather tips. Yeah. Can you just excuse me for a second? It's mail call here. Maybe I can call you back later. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, it's time for some mail.
Some mail. What do we got?
Puzzle. Who's this?
Okay, I got one here from Pierre St. John in Welland. A joke. You ready? It's
I'm
actually
ready
a
for
riddle.
this.
A riddle.
Let's have it.
What stays outside all the time, but never gets cold?
I don't know, Mark. What stays out all the time but never gets cold?
What stays out all the time but never gets cold? The sun.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
The sun.
All right, here's a joke from Kathy Brown of Huntsville, and it reads as follows. What bow is never tied? What bow is never tied?
Bow Bridges.
No,
No, that wouldn't be it.
no, a rainbow. Doesn't that slay us? That
Never
just slays
tied.
me. I love that.
Okay.
A rainbow is never tied.
I have one more. This one is from Shane Baker from Kitchener, Ontario. What heavenly body has lots of dimes and nickels?
What heavenly body has lots of dimes and nickels?
This is for the astronomers
I don't know.
in the crowd.
I just don't know.
What heavenly body has lots of dimes and nickels? The moon, because it's always changing quarters. Changing quarters. Speaking of quarters, we were speaking of quarters.
We just did.
I have a Canadian quarter here,
Yes?
and I'd like to know if you know what animal is on the Canadian quarter.
It's the beaver, isn't it?
No, it's not in the quarter.
Well, is it?
Yes,
No.
it is. I have it right
It
here.
is. It's the caribou.
I have a shot of the caribou on the Canadian quarter.
Hard to believe.
I think that's amazing. Now, you know what animal is on the Canadian dime?
There's no animal on the Canadian dime at all.
You're too smart for me. What is it? You know?
It's the sailboat, the blue nose.
The blue nose.
Blue nose sailboat.
What animal is on the Canadian nickel?
Now that's
5
the
cent
beaver.
piece.
That's the
The
beaver.
beaver.
Yes, it is.
The Canadian beaver. And finally, the penny. The 1 cent piece. The copper.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
maple leaf. The maple leaf.
How many maple leaves?
3?
I don't know.
2 or 3.
Check it yourself. But listen, if you have any questions like these, riddles, jokes, anything, send them to us, please, at Camp Cariboo, care of,
CKCO-TV.
that's right, 864 King Street West,
Kitchener, Ontario.
postal code N2G4E9er.
Shoveling sauce so slowly, 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 shoveling sauce so slowly.
Bye. See you next time.
Tonight, take to the road with BJ Laurie Hibbard when she talks with very cool rockers Cinderella on Rock and Talk at 6 o'clock. Then at 7, join Furry Bits of Felt and Fiber for Muppamania on The Muppet Show, right here on YTV.
You can do it if you want. Camp Caribou with me. Camp Caribou.